Hello dear students, welcome back to physics online session. In last class we discussed about that how to find the direction of the current as well as the direction of the magnetic field from that Maxwell cork screw rule. From that screw rule we come to know that screw advances the direction of the current, whereas rotation represents the direction of the magnetic field. For example, if you are moving that screw in a anti-clockwise direction, that screw is moving upward direction, forward direction it is moving. If it is moving forward direction means, so that is the direction of the current. Forward direction or upward direction represents the direction of the current, whereas the rotation you are supplying, that rotation represents that direction of the magnetic field. Hope you understand that one. And as well as right hand thumb rule, in order to get the direction of the current as well as magnetic field, we will use the right hand thumb rule here. What's that right hand thumb rule here? Hold the conductor in a right hand here. For example, treat this is one conductor, I am holding that conductor in a right hand. Thumb indicates the direction of the current, whereas folded finger indicates or curved finger indicates the direction of the magnetic field. So hope you know about that, how to take the direction of current and magnetic field. And one more term, that is force. How to take the direction of the force here. In order to get the direction of the force, we will use Fleming left hand rule. Stretch that first three fingers of the left hand. Thumb represents the direction of the force. Middle means forefinger represents the direction of the magnetic field. Middle finger indicates the direction of the current. FBI, force, magnetic field and current. So hope you know about these things. Now I will take one charge particle here. That charge particle is moving perpendicular to the uniform magnetic field region. I will take one uniform magnetic field region here. In that uniform magnetic field region, charge particle is moving. If the charge particle is moving perpendicular to the direction of the magnetic field, then what will be the trajectory of the charge particle? I have to find out. So did you get my word? Look at here. I will create one uniform magnetic field region. Let me create one uniform magnetic field region. Okay. Okay, right. In this uniform magnetic field region, that magnetic field region I will represent by that cross symbol here. Okay. Cross line indicates that magnetic field. Now in this session I will understand that what will be the direction of this magnetic field. Here cross mark indicates that magnetic field lines are into the plane or into the board. For example, this is board. Magnetic field lines are into the plane or into the board. If that dot line is considered, means if there is a dot means, then magnetic field lines are out of the plane. Did you get my point? Remember here, in case of the diagrammatic point of view, if that cross mark represents that magnetic field lines are into the plane, whereas dot represents that magnetic field lines are out of the plane. Here I represent that magnetic field cross line, means that magnetic field lines are inward direction. Now I will choose one charge particle here. That charge particle is perpendicular to the magnetic field. If that charge particle is perpendicular to the magnetic field, I want to understand what will be the trajectory of this charge particle. For example, let me consider one charge particle here. Okay. Wait here. For example, I will take one charge particle. So this is one charge particle. Q is the magnitude of the charge. Now that charge particle is moving perpendicular to the magnetic field. Now I have to understand that what is the direction of the force, direction of the magnetic field. Look at here. I have to find out that in which direction force is acting on this charge particle and what is the direction of the magnetic field. So direction of the magnetic field is, already I said, magnetic field is into the plane. What is the direction of the magnetic field lines? Magnetic field line is into the plane, I said. This charge particle is moving perpendicular to the direction of the magnetic field, I said. Now I want to find out that what is the direction of the force act on that charge particle. As I said about that Fleming left hand rule, FBI, force, magnetic field and current. Okay. Now First I know the direction of the magnetic field, right? What is the direction of the magnetic field? Magnetic field lines are into the plane, okay? Magnetic field lines are into the plane. Now this is the direction of the force and this is the direction of the velocity of the charge particle. Look at here. First I got that direction of the magnetic field lines. Magnetic field lines are into the plane, right? Magnetic field lines are into the plane. This charge particle is moving like this. If it is moving upward direction, means this is the direction of the velocity. For example, magnetic field lines are into the plane. Here that direction of the velocity or current, you can consider current direction. This is the direction of the force here. This is the direction of force act on this charge particle. Now this charge particle is in this position. Now let me take that another position of that charge particle here. Now this charge particle is here. If the charge particle is in this position, again I want to find that what is the direction of the force act on this charge particle. For example, here again that what is the direction of magnetic field lines? Magnetic field lines are inverted direction, right? Magnetic field lines are inverted direction. Magnetic field line is acting into the plane. Now this is the direction of the velocity of the charge particle. Suppose the charge particle is moving in this direction. This is the direction of the velocity of the charge particle. This is the direction of the magnetic field, right? This is the direction of the velocity, means this is the direction of the magnetic field. This is the direction of velocity. This is the direction of the force. Look at here. Here charge particle Q is there. For this charge particle, what is the direction of the magnetic field? Magnetic field lines are into the plane. Magnetic field lines are into the plane here. This is the direction of the velocity. Okay, this is the direction of the velocity. Then what will be the direction of the force here? Force is a downward direction. This is the direction of the force. Okay, this is the direction of the force. Hope you are understanding here. Charge particle is moving in this direction. Velocity of the charge particle is in this direction. Magnitude of the magnetic field is inward direction. So if I use that Fleming left hand rule, FBI, look at here. Here magnetic field lines are into the plane. B is into the plane. Force is downward direction. This is the direction of the velocity or current direction you can take. Now if that charge particle is in this position, wait for a few minutes, sometimes it will get blur. I will check whether it is adjusted to the frame or not. Okay, fine. Now this is charge particle Q. This is the position of the charge particle. Now the charge particle is in this position. Again my duty is to find out that what is the direction of the force and what is the direction of the velocity. For example, this is the direction of velocity of the charge particle. This is the direction of the velocity of the charge particle. What is the direction of the magnetic field lines? Magnetic field lines are into the plane. This is the direction of the velocity. Look at here. This is the direction of the magnetic field line. This is the direction of velocity. This will be the direction of the force. For this charge particle, this is the direction of the force. Now again, if charge particle is here, if charge particle is here, again what is the direction of magnetic field lines? Magnetic field lines are into the plane. Okay, magnetic field lines are into the plane. This is the direction of the velocity of the charge particle. If that charge particle is moving in this direction, now what will be the direction of the force? Direction of magnetic field is inward direction. This is the direction of velocity. This is the direction of the force. Force is in upward direction. Force is in upward direction. Did you get my point? Look at here. If charge particle is here, this is the velocity of the charge particle. So inside, so magnetic field lines are into the plane. Force is inward direction. Look at here. This is the direction of magnetic field. This is the direction of velocity of charge particle. This is the direction of the force. Force is inward direction. Again, if the charge particle is in this position, this is the direction of velocity of the charge particle. This is the direction of the magnetic field. Magnetic field lines are into the plane. Velocity of the charge particle. Force is downward direction. Again, look at the same situation. Magnetic field lines are into the plane. Velocity of the charge particle is downward direction. Force is inward direction. In all the case, what is the direction of the force here? Sorry. Force is acting inward direction. So if that force is acting inward direction, means in all the cases observe that, then what will be the trajectory of the charge particle here? Charge particle is moving in a circular manner if that charge particle is moving perpendicular to the direction of the magnetic field. Remember one point, look at here, in last class only I said that if you know the direction of the, means if you know how to take the direction of the current, direction of the magnetic field and direction of the force, then only remaining part about that moving charges and magnetism will get understand. Otherwise you won't get that single line, means a single meaning of that moving charges and magnetism, unless if you don't know the direction of the current, magnetic field and force. So as I said that, or you may repeat the video, I don't want to again repeat it here. This is the direction of the magnetic field. It's okay. This is the direction of the magnetic field. This is the direction of velocity of the charge particle. Force is upward direction. In all the sense, force is acting towards the center. It means that what will be the trajectory of the charge particle when the charge particle is perpendicular to the magnetic field? What is our answer? Charge particle is moving perpendicular to the magnetic field. Then trajectory of the charge particle is a circular motion. What is the trajectory? Trajectory of charge particle. Trajectory of charge particle when it is moving perpendicular to magnetic field. When the charge particle is moving perpendicular to magnetic field, trajectory of charge particle, trajectory of charge when it is moving perpendicular to magnetic field is circular path. Okay, this is the statement I need to find out, means I need to understand here. For one more question they will ask the question like so: what is the trajectory of charge particle when the charge particle is moving perpendicular to the direction of the magnetic field? When the charge particle is moving perpendicular to the direction of the magnetic field, then charge particle is moving along a circular path, right? If that charge particle is moving along a circular path, means I want to find out that what is the value, means what is the equation for radius of that circular path. Did you get my point? Look at here. I said that when the charge particle is moving perpendicular to the magnetic field, then charge particle is moving circular path. I said if it is moving along a circular path, means what is the equation for radius of the circular path here? I want to find out that radius of circular path, radius of circular path of charge particle when it is moving perpendicular to the magnetic field, perpendicular to magnetic field. So this is very much important for 3 marks question. Most of the time in annual examination they ask the same question: derive the expression for radius of the circular path when the charge particle is moving perpendicular to the magnetic field. And now I want to find out that first I can consider that what is the value of magnetic force when the charge particle is moving perpendicular to the magnetic field. We know the equation for magnetic force, F is equal to QVB sin theta. If that theta is equal to 90 degree, means charge particle is moving perpendicular to magnetic field, means theta value is 90, sin 90 means 1. Look at here, when charge particle is moving perpendicular to the magnetic field, when charge particle is moving perpendicular to the magnetic field, perpendicular means theta value is 90 degree, then magnetic force is given by F of m is equal to QVB sin theta. If theta is equal to 90 degree, means I can take that F of m is equal to QVB. Let me take this as equation 1. Now look at here. From this diagram, from this figure, I can understand that so force is acting towards the center of the circle. It means that centripetal force is act on this charge particle. On this charge particle, what kind of force is acting? So that centripetal force is act on the charge particle. This necessary centripetal force is provided by the magnetic force. In first PU chapter, we got that expression for centripetal force. What's the mean of centripetal force? The force which is acting towards the center of the circle. Look at here, whatever the force is there, magnetic force, these force is acting in the same direction, inward direction it is acting. It means that the necessary centripetal force is provided by the magnetic force here, so that charge particle is moving along a circular path. That is, from figure it clears that the necessary centripetal force is provided by magnetic force, and it is given by. Then what it means here? Magnetic force is equal to centripetal forces. So centripetal force and magnetic force both are equal in magnitude, so that F is equal to mv square by r. This is the expression for that centripetal force. In that first PU chapter we got that this expression. Centripetal force means the force which is acting towards the center of the circle. That force I can take it as centripetal force. Look at here, these two forces are same. From equate equation 1 and 2. Equate equation 1 and 2. Why am I equating these two equations? Why? Because whatever the magnetic force is there, this magnetic force is acting towards the center of the circle. It means that this magnetic force is act as a centripetal force. As I written here, the necessary centripetal force is provided by the magnetic force here. Okay, so here that centripetal force is act on these charge particle. That centripetal force is responsible for the magnetic force. So that I will compare equation 1 and 2. Okay, f of for example, is this one f1 or f of m, both you can take. QVB, it is equal to mv square by r. After equating these two equations, here one v term will get cancelled out. Q into b is equal to m into v divided by r. What is our intention? We are going to find out the radius of the charge particle, right? R represents the radius of the charge particle, where r represents that radius of the charge particle. Means, again I will take it here, I will rearrange this equation. R is equal to, shall I take this equation as r is equal to what? M into v divided by q into b. This is the required expression for radius of the charge particle when the charge particle is moving perpendicular to the magnetic field, where r represents that radius of the charge particle, where m represents that mass of the charge particle, where v represents that velocity of the charge particle, b represents that magnetic field strength. Look at here, radius of the circular path r is equal to m into v divided by q into b. Then it means that radius of the circular path is depends upon the mass of the charge particle, and radius is directly proportional to velocity. Radius of the charge particle is directly proportional to velocity. Means if the charge particle is moving slowly, means it has lowest radius here. If the charge particle is moving fastly, means it has large radius here. Look at here, slowly moving charge particle having less radius, whereas fast moving charge particle having high radius. Why? Because radius and velocity are directly proportional. If the charge particle is moving slowly perpendicular to the direction direction of the magnetic field, then the radius of the circular path is small. If suppose if the charge particle is moving with a greater velocity, means its radius will be bigger one here. So this is about radius of the charge particle. Now I can find out that if the charge particle is moving perpendicular to the direction of magnetic field, it follows circular path. What is the trajectory of the charge particle? From this equation it clears that charge particle moving along circular path. So space is not there. Charge particle is moving along circular path when it is perpendicular to the magnetic field. Now I can find out that if the charge particle is moving along circular path, means so how much time it will take to complete one revolution here. Time taken by the charge particle to complete one revolution. Second thing I have to find out here, time taken by the charge particle to complete one revolution here. So in order to get that thing, velocity is equal to what? Distance by time. Velocity is equal to what? Velocity is equal to distance by time, or time is equal to distance by velocity. Here distance means the charge particle is moving along circular path. So distance means circumference of the circle. Circumference of the circle means 2 pi r by v here. So this is equation 3. Time period means time taken by the charge particle to complete one revolution. So that equation is 2 pi r by v here. Look at here, wherever r is there, shall I take that equation as m into v divided by q into v? For example, take this is equation 3 and this I can take it as equation 4. Wherever r is there, just I will take m into v divided by q into b. Put equation 3 value in equation 4. If I do like so, look at here, 2 pi by v. Okay, 2 pi by v. This term is as it is. Wherever r is there, m into v divided by q into b. M into v divided by q into b. V term will getting cancelled out. 2 pi m divided by q into b. Look at here. What is the expression for time taken by the charge particle to complete one revolution here? T is equal to 2 pi m by q into b. Then what about the frequency? Frequency is nothing but 1 by time taken. Frequency is 1 by time taken, means f is equal to q into b divided by 2 pi m. Okay, frequency f is equal to q into b divided by 2 pi m. Okay, what about the angular frequency? We can form many other equation. Angular frequency, in case of that a system of particle and rotational motion, omega is equal to what? 2 pi into f. 2 pi into, wherever f is there, q into b divided by 2 pi m. 2 pi term will get cancelled out. Omega is equal to qb by m here. qb by m. Now it's a time to understand about that time period and frequency. T is equal to 2 pi m divided by q into b. Frequency is equal to qb divided by 2 pi m. In this time period and frequency, time period of the means time taken by the charge particle to complete one revolution is independent on velocity of the charge particle. There is no v term here. The charge particle is moving with less velocity or greater velocity. So time taken by the charge particle to complete one revolution is independent on the velocity of the charge particle as well as radius of the charge particle. Look at here, time period of the charge particle to complete one revolution is independent on velocity of the charge particle as well as radius of the charge particle. Time period is depends only on the mass of the charge particle, strength of the magnitude means strength of the magnetic field and charge particle here. Did you get my point? Look at here, time taken by the charge particle to complete one revolution is independent on the velocity. It means that if the charge particle is moving with a greater velocity, or if the charge particle is moving with a less velocity, these two charge particle will take the same time. It means that charge particle is means time period of the charge particle to complete one revolution is independent on the velocity of the charge particle. So this is very much important aspect related to moving charges and magnetism. Hope you understand today's